Zhuangzi's Fables and Their Wisdom. Module 5 on Relativism. Lesson 3 Transferring the Use. Fable 1. Nietzsche asks Wang Ni questions.
Master, I'm especially fond of the golden rules, which seem to be a cure-all. I can apply them to solve all the problems. It sounds so fantastic.
Do you really believe in the so-called golden rules? The conditions are always changing. How is it possible that the golden rules can always be the golden rules? In today's fable, Nietzsche and Wang Ne discuss this issue. Nietzsche was a legendary ancient sage who led a life in the deep forest. Wang Ne was also a legendary ancient sage in Emperor Yao's time, and he was Nietzsche's teacher.
Do you know that all creatures have a common standard?
How should I know it?
Do you know what it is that you do not know?
How should I know it?
I feel kind of hopeless. This is really disappointing. It seems that nothing is known. It's so intangible.
Don't be disappointed. How should I know such a common standard before I can really explore into it? Let me explain what I mean. How do you know that when I say, I know it, I don't actually mean, I do not know it? Or when I say, I do not know it, that I don't actually mean that I do know it?
I think I'm quite confused. I really don't understand now. To know or not to know? That's really a question.
Let me ask you some questions. If a man sleeps in a damp place, he will probably have arthritis, and half of his body will be as if it were dead. But will it be so with a mudfish?
I'm the mudfish. I enjoy living in the mud, but I never get arthritis.
If a person is living in a tall tree, he will be frightened and all a tremble. But will it be so with a monkey?
I'm the monkey. I enjoy living in a tall tree. I never feel frightened. What a free life here.
That's the point. Human beings, mudfish, and monkeys have different preference for living places. So, what is the golden rule? Where is the standard?
This is really hard to tell. Judging from the previous illustrations, it seems that everyone has a different standard.
Exactly. People eat meat. Deer eat grass. Centipedes eat small snakes. Owls and crows eat mice. But does any one of the four know the right taste? Each of them just has their own preference.
George Bernard Shaw also said that the golden rule is that there are no golden rules. Things are most relative with their own standards. So don't judge them with bias. The standard set by prior knowledge is by no means the only certain standard. Everything has its own strength, as well as its own weaknesses, just as each person's strengths are different. If we mistake what is relative for something absolutely certain, we have strayed far from the ultimate Tao. That's all for this fable. Fable 2, The Song Family's Secret Formula.
Master, I can understand we should adapt to the actual conditions and make a corresponding decision, but I don't think I can really learn all that I need.
There's still the issue of how to make flexible adaptation of what you have. This time, I want to share with you a story named The Song Family's Secret Formula. In this story, a stranger bought the formula from the Song family and used the formula to help the king of Wu win the naval battle in winter. There was a man of Song who had a formula to make a salve against hand chapping. During the dry winter, it was very useful to protect the skin from chapping. The Song family kept the formula as a secret and used it to do cloth bleaching to make a living generation after generation. One day, a stranger came to the Song family.
Cloth bleaching is a hard job providing relatively low earnings. I would like to make you rich. Just sell me your formula and you can have 100 pieces of gold. With such wealth, your family can live an easy life.
The Song family felt so lucky with the unexpected fortune. After a brief discussion, they decided to take the gold and sell the formula.
A great deal, a great deal. Do you think I want to do business of cloth bleaching too? No. I have a plan. I'm going to present this formula to the King of Wu.
I am extremely anxious of the war at sea with the state of Yue. This is exactly the critical moment of life and death during the winter. If my navy is defeated, I will lose my state.
My lord, I want to present you a magic formula. If we give the formula to our soldiers at sea, they can resist the terrible winter conditions at sea, because my formula can protect their skin from chapping.
Fantastic. I'm really excited by this formula. My state can be saved. Now, you have my command to lead my fleet. You can have a large sum of reward if you win the war.
Thank you so much, my lord. I will surely make full use of the formula to protect our soldiers and win the war.
With the help of the formula, the soldiers of Wu were stopped from suffering from freezing weather at sea, and they did win the war. Thus, the stranger was rewarded with land and title, which were far more than the 100 pieces of gold.
While the efficiency of the formula to cure the chapped hands was the same, it brought huge differences with a different application. Here in Wu, it is worth the land and title after the great victory, while there, the Song family got nothing more than the capacity for cloth bleaching. So try to jump out of the box and think different. This is important, no matter if you are in prosperity or adversity. It may bring some fundamental change to you and help you make great progress. This is the end of the fable. Fable 3, Theft Prevention.
Master, you have told me that the use of one thing can be transferred to another. I'm curious, can the good and the bad also be transformed to each other?
In many cases, yes, they can. Just like the butterfly may transform to me in my dream, indeed, the good and the bad are also transformable. This is also vividly illustrated in the story of theft prevention. In this story, a wealthy man locked his case very carefully, which turned out to help the burglar steal it even more easily.
I have a case of golden jewelry. I have to take good care of them. I will tighten the rope knot and lock them up in the chest. This must be the best method of preventing theft. No thief can open that lock without making much noise and disturbing me.
One evening, a burglar came.
Oh, marvelous! Such a case! It must be filled with treasure, and it's been neatly packaged. It's perfect for me to carry. I do hope the case is properly locked. Here I go.
The burglar just carried the whole case and left. The measures that are used to prevent crimes turn into conveniences for the criminals.
Oh no, my golden jewelry has been stolen, but I have locked them up with great care.
The Chinese traditional philosophy always argues for prevention rather than cure. Benjamin Franklin also suggested an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. However, the critical issue here is the awareness of how to prevent the bad things from happening. Sometimes the tradition can become the barriers of new inventions. Just like the wealthy man thought that locking up the chest is safe enough. Sometimes this also concerns whether we are brave enough to jump out of our comfort zone to try something new. Indeed, the greatest inventors or entrepreneurs are the ones who have the courage to try new things. For example, the famous Chinese scientist of hybrid rice, Yuan Longping. Where do you think we can grow rice? In the fields, right? But Yang Longping even succeeded in growing the high-yielding rice in the deserts and soon in saltwater. How amazing! So be willing to step outside your comfort zone once in a while and take some risks in life that seem worth taking. These risks might seem unpredictable because you changed your routine, but they might provide you a lot more chances as well. This is also why we try to focus on the topic of relativism. This is the end of this fable. Thank you for watching.